Say hi, guys. Hi, that's right. So it's been a while because a lot of things have been going on. Grace is almost 2. Can you say I'm 2? 2. We're working on it. And Ava is about a month and a half old now. So if Grace lets me here in a minute, I'll actually pick up Ava and let you guys see her too. She's asleep next to us, and Grace just woke up from her nap. So I thought to start off this video, I would talk about how Ava's birth was different than Grace's, and then leave it up to you to go into what some new topics can be and try to pick this back up while I'm working with my friend Ellie, who we did the duct tape bodice pattern making video together. She and I have been sewing period costumes, and yeah, so it's been really fun, but it takes up a lot of time, and we're gearing up and getting ready for Scarborough Fair and Waxahachie here in a month. It opens a little sooner than that, but we're not going to be going until probably about a month. So obviously giving birth when you already have a child is a little different. Someone has to watch the child. So my dad and my sister were really great and watched Grace. They both took off the day of... Yeah. They both took the day off work for Ava's C-section, the scheduled C-section, and watched Grace and brought her up after we were in the room and I was more awake and everything again. So Grace ended up being an emergency C-section. We had planned for either inducing or having a C-section a week after my water broke with Grace. I did the video, again, sorry for the quality. I did the really poor quality video where I talked about the differences in complications this time, and that I still had cholestasis and gestational diabetes and all the complications that came with that. But we also figured out that most likely as a side effect of the cholestasis of pregnancy, I went into preterm labor with Grace. And so I took progesterone cream to prevent going into preterm labor with Ava, and it was successful. So we made it to 37 weeks and 5 days for a scheduled C-section with Ava. And for me, the biggest difference was, I guess, the anxiety. I'm not an overly anxious person. However, I had a lot of anxiety going into the C-section with Ava, and I think most of that was because I had Grace at home. So if anything went wrong, I have a little girl at home that I already have to worry about. And it also, I had too much time to think, waiting for it to happen, because it was scheduled for 7:30 in the morning, and we had to get there at like 5:30 in the morning. So what was good is Grace was asleep when we left, and she played with Papa and Auntie M. So, yeah, Grace was brought to us after we were already in the room and everything. The first day, so Ava was born on a Monday, and that first day she did have to go to the NICU for a little bit just because she wasn't taking deep breaths. But they said it was a normal level that you see with C-section babies, not as strong as Grace has. She never needed the CPAP machine, just a little bit of extra oxygen. And within less than 12 hours, she was off oxygen completely and doing completely fine on her own. She was the biggest and least fussy baby in the NICU there, and luckily we were at a different hospital this time, and the NICU was directly above the maternity ward, so we were in the same building. It was really easy to go up and visit her, and which they didn't let me do until after they were able to take the catheter out, and I had feeling back in my legs and could get up. Is that a good muffin? Yeah. And so I got to see her that night, and the next day, on Tuesday, they brought her down to the room, and she was still technically a NICU baby, but she was able to stay in the room with us. She did have to go into the jaundice light like her sister did, but only for kind of one day on Wednesday, and it was barely, which was good because sister ended up having, Grace ended up having a slight fever starting Tuesday night and through Wednesday. So it ended up being really good that Ava didn't come home, although I was discharged on Wednesday. And then Daddy got to bring her home on Thursday. Yeah. And so she was home after that. And she's already, whereas Grace had a very hard time getting back to her birth weight and had a little bit harder time figuring out breastfeeding, Ava picked that up right away. She had no issues whatsoever. And by the 2-week checkup with her pediatrician, she was already back to birth weight. Grace was in newborn size clothes until after she was 3 months old. And then she got to switch to size 0 to 3 months. Whereas Ava really could have been in the 0 to 3 months by her first month, but I wanted to use some of the clothes a little bit longer, and she's still kind of fitting them. So I went that go a little bit longer. But so Ava's already in the 0 to 3 month size, almost out of newborn diapers, and is much more awake and alert than Grace was at this age. Hey, Grace. Grace, do you help with sister? Do you help with Ava? Yeah. Do you hear dogs? What do dogs say? What do cats say? Meow. Meow. What do ducks say? Quack. Quack, quack. What do cows say? Moo. Moo. Good job. Moo. Good job. But yeah, so far, Ava's had a little bit easier of a time. And Grace is a great big sister. Can you say yay? Good job. So we're getting big, and we like going to the park and the swing. Oh, you blow them kisses? Go mwah. Say that's it. So as always, thanks for watching our videos, and if you like it, hit the like button. Be sure to hit subscribe, and have a good day. Say bye-bye. Can you say bye-bye? Say it. I know you're waving, but can you say bye-bye? Say bye-bye. Mwah. And before I forget, here is Ava. Say hi, Ava.